Hey guys, thank you for joining me again today on another chat, another sit down. Um, Today we're going to talk about building. For those of you that don't know, I have a separate channel called Build My Life. It's a channel, I guess, based around my hobbies and, some family stuff on there. I am a DIY person, do it yourself. I love decor, I love DIY. Have a little artsy side of me. So that channel is devoted to that. I'm still encouraging, still talking about the Lord and all of those great things. So if you're interested in DIY, you can see how we transform our kitchen, which we'll have a final video up for, and different things that I do in my office where I record, and just different little things. Me taking trips and purchasing different things, and yeah, so that's what I do there. And any little updates I do in my office, you'll definitely see there. Like when I buy a new lampshade for that, which will be soon. You guys have seen plenty of videos with my missing lampshade. I haven't really found the one that really fits what I want, and I don't know if I want to go with white or if I want to go with pink. So this is so irrelevant to the video, but if you want to help me out, put in the comments below what you think I should choose. Should I choose white or pink? If they had clear or some kind of, maybe that would be ugly. I don't know. But I feel like I have a lot of glass, clear, white, and accents of pink in my office. I also have some gold in here too, if you need that information to help you decide to vote. But go ahead and put that in the comments below. But I do have that other channel, so go ahead and subscribe if you are interested. But yeah, we're going to talk about building brick by brick and what it takes to build something, what it takes to build anything. We live in a microwave generation. I know a lot of you have heard that terminology. I think all millennials have heard that growing up. You're a part of the microwave generation. You put it in the microwave and you expect results quickly. You expect immediate results. And to an extent, that is very, very true. The generation before us, or I should say our parents, worked and still is working the same jobs or in the same career field for over 20 plus years. And people today flip-flop jobs so often and leave jobs so quickly because of all of the options that are seemingly available. And especially due to the pandemic, there are so many things that you can do to work and get money without being committed to a specific career field or a job or institution or place. And I believe people know that now, and they are taking full advantage. But with that comes its disadvantages, like patience, like longevity, stickability, sacrifice. And I feel like that bleeds over into several areas of our lives. We don't get the results or the answer that we want when we apply for something. We go to school, we give up, we stop, we quit before we see the results or the product of what we've been fighting so hard for. And then we look up 10 years later, 20 years later, and we're like, how come I didn't accomplish this one thing? Or how come I don't have, years of experience in a specific field? It's because you gave up. It's because you quit. And I have, speaking about building, and building something, whether you want to talk about an actual house, or when I think about building, I think about houses or, a regular building. But in relation to that, something I've been wanting to do for years is become a real estate agent. I don't know how many times I'm going to say this or talk about this in different settings, but that's something that I wanted to do. And can I honestly say that I have stuck with it um, in my actions to make this thing happen? No, absolutely not. I've thought about it in my mind. It's been in my mind over and over and over again. And it's something that I absolutely want to do. Um, but it has not been a priority. And I have a timeline and a time frame for when I want to accomplish it, but I know what I need to do. I think we always know what we need to do, but the key is doing the things we know we need to do to get to the places that we desire to be. Um, but I think that is the major difference that our generation, um, because of convenience, because of technology, we have been trained to believe and really trained to think that everything will happen fast and everything will happen when we want it. And then dealing with the result of what that looks like when that's not the case. Um, and being in a place where you didn't get it this time or this way, but that doesn't mean you're not able to get it. That doesn't mean you have to quit or give up or throw in the towel. You just might need to take a different approach. And I think that's why I'm here. I am a part of why I'm here. I often tell people, like, you're not able to do, fulfill your education or a business desire or endeavor this way, but have you ever thought about it this way? Because we see a lot, and through technology and that convenience, we have access to a lot more. So a lot of times we feel like things have to happen this particular way, this linear way, or only the ways we've ever seen it, which is funny because you would think technology would give us more versatility in that area, but a lot of times we take that as those are the only ways, and instead of using that and saying, oh well, what about this too, then we don't really implement the versatility that technology really shows us in the first place. So that's what I really do, and that's what I like to do, and that's what I believe God has really just placed on me to um, not only live for God without excuse, but live life without excuse. Like, you don't have an excuse. You have an excuse, but once I present this to you, once God shows whatever he shows to you, your excuse becomes null and void. And I know a lot of people don't like to hear that because your excuses make you comfortable. Your excuses make you feel like where you are is excusable and reasonable. And to some extent, based on circumstances, based on things that happen in your life, that may well be very, very, very true. I am not here to discredit anyone's experience or to discredit what you may have dealt with as an individual that has caused you to experience delay. But I am here to tell you that you don't have to stay in that delay. You don't have to stay stuck. You can move beyond that delay, and don't allow the enemy to make you feel as though the delay is indefinite and it just has to be where you are in your state of existence, because that is a lie. It is a lie from the pit. But I want to encourage you, as you're building brick by brick, as you're endeavoring to do all of these wonderful things, now in the month of April, coming in May, mid-year, now's around the time where people will say, you got 6 months left, 6 or 7 months left, you can do it. But I want to encourage you not to just think about your goals and your visions and your dreams and the things that God has placed on you on a day to day or a quarter to quarter or a holiday to holiday or a birthday to birthday situation, but to think on it from a day to day hour to hour, minute to minute. And that may seem excessive. That may seem overboard. But I say this, and I hate the cliche when people talk about health and, as far as working out and um, eating properly, and they say, it's a lifestyle, it's not a diet. I used to hate hearing that, but as I continue to eat healthy and exercise and have had moments of being inconsistent and moments of where I don't want to do this, I'm going to do something else or what have you, I understand what it's intended to mean. I understand that as you're moving about life, if this thing is a part of who you are and what you do, it doesn't matter what's going on. It doesn't matter if you're traveling. It doesn't matter if you're sad. It doesn't matter if you have family in town. It doesn't matter if it's the holidays. Guess what you're going to do? You're going to exercise. You're going to eat properly, or you're going to return to eating properly after the holidays, after your birthday. You're not going to have a 6-month cheat day. You're going to revert back to what is your lifestyle, like you would do with anything else. So I understand it more. I used to couldn't stand it, but when I say, hour by hour, minute by minute, day by day, it is focusing on your daily habits and the mindset that you have to complete particular tasks. Because when we say as human beings, I'm going to start this or I'm going to accomplish this, let me tell you, I have books and journals of things that I said I was going to do. I had a date, I had a timeline of when I was going to accomplish and finish this particular goal and task. But because I had no actual plan in place of how this was going to be executed, I didn't get it done. Because I didn't have a day, a time, how many times I was going to do it, how long that was going to take me within the day to complete it, and what it looks like over a longer process to maintain consistency for success in this thing, then I didn't do it. I either started it and didn't finish, or I didn't start at all. And you can have a planner, like I have these two beautiful planners that I put on my other YouTube channel. And it is a daily planner. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe you can't. It might be too bright. But it has lines on it. It has different times. So if I have a schedule, which reminds me of something, but if I have a schedule, I can write it on here, my daily schedule. And it literally says daily at the top. And if I have something to do for the week, weekly schedule. But guess what? They're blank. They are absolutely blank. And they're sitting right on my desk. And I have plenty of pens. I got this cute little pen right here. I have this other beautiful pen right here that I got from Target. This is not sponsored. I'm just letting you know I have all the resources to plan. But my planners that I have right in front of my desk, right within my reach, are empty. Because I have not taken the time. I've been busy. Last week I wasn't feeling well. So I didn't take the time. I got other things that I need to organize in here. So for me, I want to organize first before I start writing stuff down. I don't have to do it that way. That's just the way that I like to operate. So it's just blank is the point. But if I don't take the time to write and refer to it, it takes discipline also. That's something I realized. It takes discipline to refer to these tools that we're buying. You buying planners, you buying how to get to millionship by next Thursday, but you didn't read the book. You didn't read the book. You didn't write the notes. You bought your iPad because you want to read it on Kindle, but you didn't You never downloaded the app once you got the iPad. You just started playing games on the iPad. And I guess that's my point. You know, a lot of times we want to do stuff because it hasn't become a part of who we are. Then when we get the tools, the time, the resources, it's not a habit, so we don't do it. So that is something that I want to encourage you. Whatever you're trying to do, it has to be a part of who you are. And you have to have the discipline that when you write these things down to refer to it, and the discipline to actually get up and do it. So lifestyle, when you're building brick by brick lifestyle, the discipline, which inevitably will foster consistency. I've seen that in my health journey. I've seen that in my education journey. I've seen that in every aspect of my life. And when I've done well in those different areas, it's because at least on a week-to-week basis, I made sure that in some way, shape, or fashion, I was going to tackle these things and I was not going to let them go. And I know when we talk about this, it's like, okay, but I have so many different things. Okay, well, what's important? What's the most important? I would say pick the top 3 things that are the most important to you in this season. Take 6 months, take a year to become consistent and work every day at being consistent at that. And then once that's a part of your life, then pick up another 3 things or another 1 thing, or maybe just keep those things. But as you're building brick by brick, I think it's important to understand that at the core of who you are and the things that you do on a daily basis impacts how you build brick by brick. And it takes time. It takes time. It takes patience to continue to endure when you don't see results. Something that I've learned is that the work that you put in today, you don't see the same results that day. You don't see the results of it even the next day. But I think, things like going viral or being in the microwave generation, we have a hope that we'll see results. And sometimes that hope can kill our momentum, versus if you go into it saying, it's not that you're not confident, but go into it saying, okay, I might not see the results that I want to see right now or today, but they will pay off eventually. But this is a part of my life because I have something to reach, something to attain. I've definitely seen that with YouTube. Like things that I have posted 6 months ago, a year ago, didn't get the views that I wanted them to get on that day, but over time they grew. But if I would have just looked at that and said, okay, well, I posted the same day, I didn't get, the number that I thought of in my head, so let me just quit. No, that's not how that's not how that works. And we can't be so result driven. And of course we want to see results. Of course we want to have milestones completed and success. But I think when that is your only focus, seeing a certain milestone, seeing a certain number on the scale, fitting into a certain size dress, whatever that thing is for you, when we don't reach that, instead of focusing on the purpose in which we started, when we don't see that result, we get discouraged and we stop putting the bricks down. We stop building because we feel like it's not worth it. It is worth it. Okay? It is worth it. Everything you're doing today to build brick by brick, keep going, keep pushing. It is worth it, and it will pay off in the end. And the payoff is not what's great. The lost weight is awesome, but it's not the greatest thing that you receive. The greatest thing you receive is your health being better. The views that you get, That's not the greatest thing. The greatest thing is the impact that you had in the content of your video and who watched your video. So understanding what we see as great and what we value as being successful, and what we value as a good result or a bad result, what we qualify that as or what we quantify that as. I want to give you a quick scripture. It is John 9:4, and it says, I must work the works of him that sent me while it is day. The night cometh when no man can work. And this King James Version. And I am not for the no sleep culture and, hustle, hustle, hustle till you can't hustle no more, till you don't have no fingers, you don't have no nothing. No, I believe in getting rest. I believe in getting sleep, rejuvenating. I believe in taking a vacation. I'm all for vacations, taking time off, spending time with your family, recuperating. I am all for that. But when I hear that, it's like one day is going to be a day where you're not building brick by brick, where you're not working. So while you have the opportunity to work and to do what God has called you to do and what he's placed on your heart to do it, because when night comes, no man can work. My God. It's like, okay, God, let me hasten to your word, hasten to what you place on the inside of me, because I don't want my impact to go unrealized or unnoticed because I didn't see what I thought I should have seen when you told me to do the thing you told me to do. That's it right there. That should free everybody watching this. So I don't want my impact to go unrealized or unnoticed because I didn't move when you told me to move, because I didn't see the results that I wanted to see. Keep pushing, keep going, keep building brick by brick by brick and brick and brick. And if you run out of resources, guess what? This is the last tidbit. If and when you run out of resources to continue to go and build and do what God has called you to do, it's okay if you have to pause for a moment so that you can pivot. But when God gives you the resources or the go ahead or the time or the energy or the whatever you needed, make sure you don't forget that you need to take those resources and energy to continue to buy your bricks and your mortar and whatever else goes inside of the home, the tools. Maybe you start buying the paint that you need. Maybe you start buying the concrete for the sidewalk and the sod for the, landscaping. Whatever it is, don't forget to continue to build, and don't forget to utilize the resources that God has given you for the things that he's given them to you for. Don't forget what they're for. Don't misappropriate the replenishment of the resources is what I'm trying to say. So I hope this blessed you all. Thank you all for watching. Once again, thank you for joining me for another sit down. We are almost halfway through the year, and I feel like the year just started. Time is moving quickly. If you have not at this point accomplished a particular goal in mind, it is okay. Reattack. Make a plan, execute that plan. Don't give up, okay? Don't give up on God, 'cause he won't give up on you. I just felt like singing. But just go ahead and pivot and put that plan in place and execute it. Day by day, minute by minute, change your mind, change your life, change your perspective, change your lifestyle, and be consistent. All right? Comment, like, and subscribe, and share with someone that you believe will be blessed or impacted by this. God bless you all. Bye-bye.